Are you ready?
What is happening? We are here in the Wolf's Den. We are upgrading. We're still doing things. I am so excited. I think I got some stuff finally worked out with some old equipment as I'm still waiting on some new equipment to come in, but I am very thankful. I am your host, Jamie Vadova, and I am, like I said, this is the Wolf Den. And what are we going to talk about today? We are going to talk about your life and how you only have one of it. So we're talking about your one and only life and how we can maximize it to our fullest potential. Now, as somebody who is now 40 years old, going to be 41 here in a few months, I could say that I don't feel like I was actually maximizing my whole life until about maybe 8 years ago. And then being able to successfully harness that and be able to push myself to the limits where I'm at today. I have a studio. I never thought I'd have a studio in my life. Never even crossed my mind. I decided I wanted to be able to do it. Here I am doing it. So, hey, nuts to me on that, right? But we're going to talk about that in a sense here of, you know, I had a conversation with some gentlemen this weekend, and absolutely phenomenal group of individuals who are also on the same path that I am on being able to get the most out of their life. And we're talking about business. We're talking about our health. We're talking about our families, relationships, all that, all around. And it was such amazing conversations. And I want to kind of tie a little bit of that into what we're talking about today. And as we're breaking it down, the first thing we need to talk about, and I incorporate this into my what's called war dog mentality. And my war dog mentality you have two battles: you versus you versus them. You have to win the first battle of you versus you before you can go against you versus them. And you versus you is what I talked about. One, you're going to talk about your physical ability, like your health. Then we're going to talk about our business. And then we're just going to talk about overall making sure that you're the baddest motherfucker there is potentially in your life. And that can come down to anything. So we have to start with that first before we can worry about fighting anybody else. Is you have to fight the man in the mirror. And that comes down to make sure you have the one life that you want, and we're going to build and succeed on that. And I was talking to this gentleman, and come down to it is we have no room in our life for pity parties and woe is me attitudes. We have zero time for that. And I brought it up in another post about how we need to get rid of that dead anchor, release that shackle, let it sink to the bottom so you can live the life that you want. And those people don't need to be in your life. Those people that want to keep constantly throwing at you, hey, I can't make more money. I don't have a very healthy relationship with my significant other and all stuff. Well, fix it. Just fix it. You sit around and bitch about it, it ain't going to get done. You telling me you work at 7 days a week. 7 days a week. You work 3 days out of that week. 4 days you don't do shit. No wonder you don't have any goddamn money. Well, I there's just a lot of stuff going. What? What do you got going on that you can't work 3 more extra days, 2 extra days? Get your damn bank account figured out and let's get the fuck work. Or I don't have time to go to the gym. I don't have time for that. But then I catch your ass playing video games and eating bonbons or whatever, Twinkies, or you're sitting at the goddamn restaurant throwing your face down with pizza and shit. Come on. You have time to work out. There are 24 hours in a day, and trust me, sleeping for 8 of them, I'd like to do that. It doesn't happen. As a full-time dad, I'll be lucky if I get 8 days or 8 hours of sleep. It doesn't work that way. It just isn't going to work that way. I have to prioritize my life by getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning. That's when I do my meditation. That's where I sit down and I look at my schedule for the day and prioritizing what needs to get done, how to get it done, and making sure that it's all checked off by the time I finally lay my head down to sleep. And it might be 11 o'clock, it might be 12 o'clock, it might be 1 o'clock in the morning by the time I get to do that. So, and able to do that, you have to have that mentality of nothing's going to fucking stop me, and I'm going to get the shit done. What was me shit isn't going to help. It is not going to help you at all. It'll just bury you, and you will die where you stand. So you got to realize where you want to be. And if you want that life, that fulfilled life, we have to maximize it as much as we possibly can. And when it comes down to making the money, there's nothing wrong with picking up an extra shift somewhere. There's nothing wrong with that. I have basically two full-time jobs, plus being a father full-time, plus being in a relationship full-time. It takes time but you have to prioritize what's important and where things are and how to get it done. Trust me, when I was after my divorce, trying to make extra money just to cover that extra bit of child support and all that stuff. Yeah, the weekends I didn't have my children at that time, I was working a second job at night, Fridays nights, Saturday nights, plus work the other job that was 6 days out of the week. So I would work all day on a Saturday. Well, actually, I'd work all day on Friday, come home, sleep for 2 hours, to get up, to go work at the door, work till 3, 4 in the morning, come home, sleep again, just to be at work again Saturday morning at 7 o'clock, just to do it all over again. So Sunday, thank God I had Sunday to be able to rest a little bit and prioritize and get back into the gym. That built me right there. That dedication and that work, because I knew in my heart that I had to do everything for my kids. I had to bust my ass. There was no way around it. I had to give it everything I had because, one, I'm setting an example for them, but two, if I wanted a better life, I had to put down the effort and do it. I had to dig deep and realize what's important. Well, playing video games isn't important. It hasn't been for a long time. Or going to the bar wasn't important. Or hanging out with friends and stuff like that. That barely happened. It barely happened. Now I'm at the point in my life where I can actually enjoy a Friday night cigar and drink with people, like-minded individuals. So I'm not going to the bar just to get messed up and walk away and blah, blah, blah. That's not what's happening. I'm sitting down. I'm talking to colleagues, future business leaders, absolutely dogs in their business, ex-military, patriots. I'm sitting down. I am working with them. We're discussing them and how we, in this world, can build up other people to be strong-minded, strong all the way around, and be able to maximize the life that they want. That's what I'm here for. I have zero time to deal with pity party and woe is me people. It's not going to happen. Anchors are cut, dead weight drops, and it sinks to the bottom. I choose not to be at the bottom. I'm going up to the top, and I'll be damned if anybody's going to stop me. So, when it comes down to that stuff, hey, I'm just a normal guy too. But I'm going to work my ass off, and I'm going to prove to you that I am better than you ever thought I could ever be. And on top of it, I'm going to make sure you know it too. Whether you see me on here, or you see me doing other things, or driving in my car, or on my lake in the boat, you're going to know that I'm fucking busted my ass to be able to get to that point. And it sure the hell didn't happen overnight. So I leave you with this because I'm running out of time already. It's funny how that works. I have time to do one thing, sit down, we're going to bust this out in one take. And by God, that's what I'm doing right now. But I'm going to leave you with this. First off, happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there that are killing it, busting their ass, doing what they need to do for their families, for their children, and making sure that they're setting high examples of them to their children. I am 100% salute you, and I'm behind you in every way possible. But also, you know what? There's a lot of single parents or just parents alone that are doing it, and it doesn't matter if it's Mother's Day or Father's Day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, July, August, whatever. We all have to set examples for our children, and we have to be proud Americans. And remember, it's always America first.